Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome back to Knights of the Geek Table. This is, well, most of you probably don't even know what this is. Um, John,
Yes.
what is Knights of the Geek Table?
So next to the Geek table is when we were back at Germanic Community College. We had a physical table that we would gather around and talk about pretty much anything. Video. It started with video games was the first one I was on, and then entertainment. So we used to talk about a lot of the CW shows together, and then movies and so on and so forth. Um, we haven't been doing that as of late. John, or Jimmy has changed his format of his channel a bit. Things have changed. And there also hasn't been a lot of stuff we needed to talk about. I
No.
think that's actually why we disbanded it. Not so disbanded. We just walked away from the table.
Yeah.
It was just we seemed like we were talking about a lot of the same stuff, and we knew how we felt about certain things. So, but now we're back to talk about the San Diego Comic-Con 2018 trailers that came out. Because a lot of them came out, and they're very interesting.
Yeah, so we saw three trailers in particular. Well, me and John saw three trailers in particular. And we instantly just thought Knights Reassemble because the trailers just spoke to us with such great emphasis and power,
Mhm.
good and bad, that we had to. And Cody just said, fuck yeah, and we're going to move on. Cody, anything to add?
One, in my defense, I was at work, so I couldn't really create a GIF to go along with the theme. Two, no, not really.
Okay.
Okay. I know most of y'all probably don't know what this is just because the last upload we did of Knights, we only had 260 subs and we just broke 700 last night, so yeah. Yeah. All right. So, first trailer. The man himself,
Yeah.
the Aquaman.
That that was just fucking awful, but okay, moving on.
Um, I mean, so yeah, it was okay. Again, we talked. The bar was low for DC, so
Yeah.
none of us expected much from it. It is not. There is nothing in the trailer for me personally that screams like this is going to be bad or anything. It seems competently made. James Wan's a good director.
That's what
James
got
Gunn's
me.
a great director.
That's what has me the most excited about Aquaman, just because I can trust James Wan.
Mhm. So yeah,
Also, Atlantis looks fucking beautiful.
that does.
It's like someone finally decided, there are colors. Like there's a blue, there's a yellow. It's not just gray and shit.
The CGI for me it looks good. Like for Atlantis, for example, looks good, and then sometimes it looks not so good.
See,
Uh,
I think they spent all the money on the CGI for Atlantis and didn't spend as much on the
well, I'm
CGI at
hoping
other areas.
you can always hope that the CGI just isn't quite done yet in these trailers. The thing is, that's not a lot nowadays, and I felt when the movie actually comes out, a lot of the times CG is just how you saw it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, other than that, though, the only thing that bothered me is Black Manta's giant dumb head. But
Yeah, and he
My fear of Black Manta is going to be the hidden villain, in that the trailer's building it up to the villain being his brother, and then it's just, oh no, it was actually Black Manta.
I think I don't know this, but it looks like they're basically doing. If you saw the animated movie Justice League Throne of Atlantis, I think they're just doing a straight up adaptation of that minus the Justice League.
that
From
would
what I can tell.
that would work.
I think, which is funny because that's what we recommended kind of a while back because we were talking about DC movies because DC's been doing so poorly now, and we're all like, all the animated stuff's great. Why don't
Yeah.
they just do that?
Yeah.
So I think in this case they kind of are.
Yeah.
So, okay.
from what I could see, it does remind me a lot of that Aquaman Justice League movie.
Yeah.
What?
I've seen it. I just haven't watched it in a while. So
If you rewatch it, like if you see this trailer and then rewatch the movie, you're gonna be like, oh,
Yeah. One thing though, like Black Manta, he was goofy, but also like just him shooting the lasers, like that looked good.
Well, I remember I didn't say I hated it. I just thought it looked goofy.
No, I understand. His arms did look like Popeye arms for like when he was walking. Um, but
Okay, now we're just nitpicking. Damn it.
No. I just see a giant-headed Papas, the Sailor Man.
Sure.
But yeah. So I'll let John choose the next trailer we talk about.
Okay. Well, let's go to Shazam because that's kind of like, Aquaman, I think we had expectations for in some regard because he was in Justice League and things like that. Shazam, I didn't really have any expectations for it. I had no idea what they were.
I'm going to correct you. I had zero fucking expectations. As a matter of fact, my sole thought when they announced it was, who the fuck wants to see a movie about Shazam?
So, yeah, the trailer for Shazam, I thought looked good again. I think I liked it more than I did Aquaman, and there was nothing in it that made me say that I don't want to see it. But there was also nothing in there that made me like, I'm craving to see this movie. I'm going to see it. I do want to, but I don't know. It looked good.
It's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's something that DC has been lacking for a while. We've all been kind of complaining about.
I think I told Jimmy this a day or so ago. My dad watched it, and because I showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh, it looks like it'll be a good movie for kids."
Yeah, it looks fun. It's like y'all realize these are superheroes. Like the part of the reason about superhero movies is you want to leave the theater thinking, "Man, it would be fucking awesome being a superhero." DC's previous movies, once you've left their theater, it's 1, anger, 2, man, it fucking sucked being a superhero.
It's kind of funny that you mentioned that because my brain instantly takes me to Logan when you say leaving the theater and saying, "Oh shit, I don't want to be a superhero," because I feel like that's what a lot of people left Logan.
No, but here's the thing: Logan earned
yes
monarch to get there. Okay, we sat through 5 fucking Wolverine movies.
Well, Wolverine was also, I would argue, isn't really. He's considered a superhero, but he really isn't one. It's very.
But what I'm saying is, DC came right out of the fucking gate. Hey man, Batman kills, Superman destroys half the fucking city. Pretty much the DC universe sucks to live in.
Yeah, it's awful. This was Shazam. The only problem is again because of all these other movies, is that like Billy Batson, or more so his friend in this trailer, is a huge fan of superheroes, Batman, Superman, but we know those characters, and I don't really see why he should be a fan of them.
No, because the government hates them.
My hope, and this is the kind of theory going around there, is that if Aquaman and Shazam do well, this could kind of lead into a sort of soft reboot of their universe, of these superheroes.
Well, I think they were already doing that in Justice League in a sense, because when Superman comes back, and after he gets over his, I just got back to life shit, he becomes kind of standard, normal Superman that we're familiar with in that movie. So I think
they're slowly trying to do a soft reboot.
A bunch of stuff from BVS and Justice League. So I think after these next 2 movies and stuff are coming out, I think from here on out we're basically just supposed to forget that Man of Steel and BVS happened, or that they did happen and just some details may not be as you remember them. Don't go back and watch to double check us.
Well,
here's the thing. I would accept that, except it's really fucking hard to forget the fact.
I think that's basically what DC is asking us to do at this point.
But the sad thing is that these movies have to be good. They're screaming passable at the most.
Yeah.
That's just it. It's like you want us to forget all this really fucked up shit that you did, but it's like in order to do that, sure, these superheroes are okay, but you're doing in phase 2 what you should have been doing in phase 1, and everyone fucking told you, no, this is what you actually should be doing. Nah, guys, you don't get it. It's gonna be fucking great. We're gonna bring all these heroes together. Everybody's gonna love it. Then it's gonna be you're gonna want to see their stories. Now it's like, holy fucking shit, what the fuck do we do? You've got this.
Betting on brand recognition of everyone knows Superman and Batman. The problem is none of us know. All of us know the other Superman and Batman, but we don't know these characters.
No, we don't know this version of Superman and Batman.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
also, another thing I wanted to bring out with Shazam, I am liking the trailer. I am liking the lighthearted funness that it is. My biggest fear is that Shazam didn't show the villain.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did. It was a dude with one eye.
Yeah, he catches Shazam's punch.
I don't think that's the villain.
I think he
If
is.
you can catch Shazam's punch, you could. Like, you have to be
I'm
strong
pretty
as
sure
fuck.
Black Adam is not in this movie, so I think that was
Yeah,
him.
The Rock is not in this movie.
Okay. Because that was my fear, was that we still know that The Rock is Black Adam,
Yeah.
and that Black Adam is mostly connected to Shazam. So
Just take a deep breath.
no, hold on, no, it's not just that. That's just that needed to be clarified. Because of the fact that we know that The Rock is Black Adam. Black Adam he's the main villain of Shazam. You
Yeah.
know, so common sense would think, you know,
Would, but he's not.
He-
It is weird though. I will admit that they already cast The Rock as Black Adam so long
because
ago.
I think he's showing up in Suicide Squad 2, because that's already been confirmed.
I thought they were skipping Suicide Squad 2 and going to the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie.
Dude, he's casted in Suicide Squad 2 as Black Adam.
I think my understanding is okay. Two things. First, we were talking about forgetting movies early in the DC universe. I still think they're planning. As far as I understand, unless they change it, I think they're still planning to do a Flashpoint soft reboot through Flashpoint. I think they're still planning to do that, and it comes. I think I don't know exactly what they're doing with. You said Birds of Prey or Gotham City Vixens or whatever the hell.
They combined the two movies.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. With Suicide Squad, I think the only reason they may be moving forward with one is just because they know the first one, even though it was bad, made money.
Yeah.
So I think they're betting on that.
Plus,
Go ahead with that.
even though it was for hair and makeup, it did win an Oscar.
That's true.
Okay.
And then as far as I think the Gotham thing.
I hate it, but you at least have to bring it
that is
up.
the worst idea that they could possibly do, because you can't have a Vixen. I mean, okay, we know Harley Quinn, but who's else? Poison Ivy, Catwoman, all these other characters. We've never been introduced to them.
Here's the sad part.
Toss them
Their whole universe, if it sinks or swims, is relying on the Flash movie.
Flashpoint, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Flashpoint, you can do Flashpoint and do a soft reboot, and I think that would be a good idea. However, if they could still screw it up afterwards, because if they carry on as business as usual after Flashpoint, then
I don't think they're going to, because of how much shit they've gotten.
But okay, John, you would know this. When
Yes.
at least I hope you know, the Gotham City Vixens. Do you know what year that's roughly supposed to be slated for, or do they know? Do you know?
They are they're working on getting production started soon. That's what I heard.
Because if that happens after Flashpoint, that's going to be a problem. Because Flashpoint is a good time to, all right, we've soft rebooted, start from scratch, reintroduce Superman, reintroduce Batman, blah, 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 all this, and start again, do what they should have done to begin with.
Yeah.
But that's also the time you would need to, like, you should only do a Gotham City Vixen movie after you've done a couple of Batman movies that had those characters in it. Then you do a Gotham City Vixen.
Well, here's the thing, though. Also, like, because they're combining the Vixens in the Birds of Prey movie, it's going to be Harley Quinn, Batgirl, Black Canary, and all. Like, those are all characters that are so across different
I know, but the
characters'
thing,
universe.
yeah, exactly. All of us here know those characters, but nobody in the mainstream, aside from Harley Quinn and like Catwoman, nobody else knows these characters.
And that's honestly because of DC's previous movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they've never been introduced. And you can't like the animated movies can do that. They can bring in all these characters because we're the only ones who watch those movies anyway.
Yeah.
These live action movies for general audience, they can't do that. You need to legitimately introduce these characters in stages and then come back to them.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
All right. We went on.
Okay, that's that. Next, you want to do Titans?
Yes, Titans.
Okay. I mean, if anybody's watching this and see my video on it, you know how I feel about it. But I
mean, you didn't like Fuck Batman.
Taking these characters and deciding to make a dark and gritty, edgy version of them, I think is the worst idea you could have done with these characters. And I don't understand the thought process behind it, especially given that the DC Cinematic Universe has been moving away from that for good reason. But now they're they're turning into it. I don't know, Cody.
Okay, I agree with you.
I third that.
Yeah.
I kind of, because a lot of y'all's issues is Raven. Now I love Raven, no matter how the fuck they do
Okay,
it.
here's the thing. Yes,
But-
I have issues with Raven. But I think that you're just referring to the sign of the old 2003 cartoon version of Reason. No, I'm not. I'm comparing both, yes, that version, but also the popular 96 2002 Titans run Raven.
Well, I'm also putting in the mini-series of comics that were just standalone Raven.
Okay,
Um,
that's fine. So you can combine all three of those,
well,
and with that being said, I still think this is a terrible fucking way they're doing Raven.
okay, but let me finish my point. I think Raven gets the blunt of a lot of the issues because it's so dark and gritty. Because Teen Titans is a very light-hearted show,
Oh
and
God.
Raven is the edge of that show. So by having the whole show edge, and then you still have to up Raven to make her edgy, it then gets double edge for
Like
Raven.
I was kind of mad about the fact that they didn't add Donna Troy, because I'm like, this is the Titans. This is to be the first ever chance you in live action you could do Donna Troy. Okay, she's a major fucking part of the Titans. Without watching this, I'm like, okay, we dodged that bullet.
Well, I have two questions for you, John.
Yes.
The first is, so I will admit this. My most exposure to Raven is through the original Teen Titans cartoon and some of the more recent DC animated films.
Mm-hmm.
What is your outline of the Raven character?
Yes.
And then, second, what do you think that Cody and I don't like about her? Because something you just said piqued my interest. I just want to answer those two questions and then.
So from all the different solo series little runs that I've read of Raven, she is a loner a little bit, but she's also, she has to be, because she has to put herself in positions to kind of control herself. And it's a constant struggle to control herself, because if her emotions go too crazy, then her spirit side will ravage across different things. Like, especially like in the miniseries, if she holds stuff back too much, as she sleeps, her spirit will escape and go cause shit. And she's a caring person, but it's just she puts on a front of everyone because, I mean, her dad was a demon, and that was hidden from her for so long. So.
Okay.
And what? No, sorry. Go ahead, Cody.
And without losing your shit or whatnot, or with what you just said, do you feel like the show properly adapted that character? Because what you've said, for the most part, is Raven.
Yeah.
From the comics to the cartoon to this updated miniseries, that is traditionally what Raven is.
Yeah.
Okay, except for the part to where when she sleeps, her spirit comes out. But for the most part, that's Raven. Okay. Do you feel like the show is properly adapting that character?
100%? No. I'd say a good 60-65.
Okay, because my biggest problem is I don't feel like they are. Yes. This show proves that Raven is a loner and she's an outcast, and that she has to hold back her emotions and whatnot. But there's a way to do that without cutting yourself.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll tell you the reason I don't like this version of Raven. Mm-hmm. First, I want to tell you my version of Raven, at least that I had in my head, my understanding of the character, is very much so based off of that original cartoon and of the DC animated, and that is she is very soft-spoken, very reserved, and when she does speak, it is in that kind of sarcastic, edgy manner, only because she closes herself off from other people because of her self-consciousness, because the source of her power is also the source of her torment, and we know why, the demon world, her father, so forth. And
that's part of the way I feel too. That's the way it's portrayed in the comics.
Okay. In this trailer, in my opinion, we don't see that. What we see is a normal teenage girl who's very just kind of scared and very stereotypical, almost like a horror movie character, like this scared girl looking for help. And Raven, of course, I think should definitely would be scared of her power and her origin, so on and so forth. The way that manifests is in her reserved, calm demeanor. And the way she interacts with the team members and the Teen Titans is that she needs to slowly be able to open up and accept help and help them. And I don't see any of that from this trailer. The fact that she does the black magic and the eyes and whatever, I actually don't care about that. My problem is the characterization of her. Additionally, I actually did prefer her regular character design of actually having purple hair and the light purple skin and the thing in her forehead, rather than just being, it seemed to be a normal teenage girl with dyed highlights, purple highlights.
Yeah, I didn't like the highlights. They stood out a lot.
Based on that, none of the things that I want or that I expect from Raven are in this character.
No, I understand that. And I before we recorded this and all, I went back and rewatched the Titans trailer. And some of the aspects that she was in, I didn't like. Like the interrogation scene with Dick Grayson. She should have just been sitting there. She shouldn't have reached out, touched his hand, or...
It seems like, we don't know, but it seems like, so she goes to the circus or whatever to investigate.
See, I thought that was her spirit form.
It may be, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's the way, we don't know this, but it looks like in the trailer she sought out Dick Grayson and is like holding his hand, like asking for help, and it's like, that's not...
No.
That's Raven. She wouldn't do that. She would try to do it on her own and by herself. And
as much as we're talking about this, can I say that this isn't the most thing that pissed me off about this trailer?
No.
I will actually say Raven's mischaracterization did probably bother me the most. Second only to that being Robin. Beast Boy and Starfire we'll get to, though. But anyway, so which one do you...
Well, no. See, Robin pissed me off more than it did Ray. Robin was on my pissed off level than it was on when it was John with Raven. Because Starfire, I knew they were going to fuck up when the fucking cast photos came out and just how her outfit looked. I'm like, y'all have no idea how the fuck you're handling Starfire, so I'm not even going to try.
Well, the reason that Robin didn't bother me as much is because they had already screwed up Batman's character in the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
That I was kind of expecting it, and I was right, and they did it again.
I was willing to accept that for the fact if it wasn't Dick Grayson. Like, if it was Jason Todd or if it was Damian Wayne.
Yeah, exactly.
That would make totally sense. This is, and I was reading a comment, and they kind of said, this is Dick Prodigal son of Batman, has pretty much what is going to be the future Batman, who is basically like, no, fuck. He was acting like a 13-year-old rebelling when his dad took away his Xbox.
He's murdering people, and he's looks to be an adult in this, which is why it's Titans, not Teen Titans. And in which case, why is he not Nightwing already? Why is he still?
That confused me too, because they said he was going to be Nightwing. That the Titans cast. Sorry, I'm just so used to saying Teen Titans. The Titans cast for this show was Nightwing, Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy, Dove, and Hawk. That's what they said. So all this Robin stuff is confusing because he is supposed to be Nightwing already.
I think it might be a flashback of like him before he puts on the fucking Titan Nightwing outfit, which I don't give a shit.
Then why show Robin?
But here's the thing: it's still the fact that it's Dick fucking Grayson. If it was like Jason Todd, or maybe not Damian Wayne, because Damian Wayne is too young. But if it was Jason Todd, I could totally understand this whole "fuck Batman" attitude, because that's Jason to a T up until certain points of the comics.
Yeah, but this is Dick Grayson. Because even if it doesn't even matter if Dick Grayson's Robin or Nightwing. He doesn't murder people.
No, it's Dick Prodigal son, the next future Batman.
He's the original Robin,
the murder hobo Grayson.
Yeah. So I think that's just I don't know. I don't like what they're doing with him. I think it's just a mistake. And I'm worried about this. We don't know yet until we see the show. Is the murder part him just being rebellious against Batman? Or is that just how Batman and him carry on in this world too, and he's just now doing it by himself? I don't know yet. If they screw up, I think they screw up Dick Grayson if he does that anyway, but then I also don't want them to screw up Batman again in this universe.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, and I was talking to John about this, Jim, about Beast Boy, and I said, he worries me because it's one of two things on how they're going to handle Beast Boy. Either they're going to make it to where, because having Beast Boy, or I'm sorry, I'm so used to fucking calling him Changeling because that's who he is. So I might flip flop to either or.
All good.
Having Beast Boy means two things. Either you hire a bunch of animals and paint them fucking green, which costs a fuck ton of money,
Mhm.
or you do the Vixen route from Legends, where you give him the power of the animals, which I think is bullshit. Which I think sucks either way.
Yeah, or they could go full CGI, but I don't think. And if they do that, then they're going to have to use them very sparingly.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's going to do well. I mean, the thing is with Beast Boy, this is all conjecture. He's hardly in the trailer. He's only like 2 scenes.
It's literally one. It's 2 scenes. It's him jumping somewhere, and then the other one is just zooming in on his eyes.
Exactly.
Also, I didn't even know Hawk and Dove were fucking supposed to be a part of this team, which I kind of figured that's who they were.
Well, I thought too in the original trailer, I was like, is that Hawk? I thought first it was Cloak and Dagger, and it's not. So I was like, okay, that's Dove. I was like, oh, is that Dove? But it was played by a woman, and I was like, the Hawk and Dove I remembered was both 2 guys. But I guess the most recent Dove is also a female, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
But
now,
it's like, but yeah, that's what got me. It's like he sliced his hands. Like, is that the villain? No, wait, it's not. Is it the villain? Then you're like, no, the team has Hawk and Dove on. I'm like, oh, okay.
I think the villain is Brother Blood.
Well, I know the Doom Patrol is also supposed to show up. Which, God, how the fuck they gonna do the Doom Patrol?
Isn't Cyborg on the Doom Patrol?
No, Cyborg's not on the Doom Patrol. It's
Doom
No.
Patrol, Doom Patrol.
No, I think they announced Cyborg was on the Doom Patrol.
I don't know, man.
well, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Can we just admit that?
All right, let's move on. We've been on this.
Hold on, before we move off.
Oh, Starfire.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything to say on?
She's a hooker?
Yeah.
She burns people's faces off.
Yeah, where's the green? Like, her
She doesn't
power
look-
is green.
It's just she's so unless you told me that that's supposed to be Starfire, I would never have guessed it.
I would have thought that was like the Human Torch gone female.
I'll also tell you this trailer, as well as Young Justice Outsiders, which we're not going to get into, so far they're batting 2 for 2 for me to actually buy a subscription to their DC service.
I enjoyed the Titans trailer more than the Young Justice.
But to me, it's still 2 for 2 to me not wanting to pay for their subscription service.
Was this really that bad?
Oh, it was bad.
Oh,
It
I've
wasn't.
seen the first
It
season.
wasn't bad. It just didn't show you shit. You've waited.
It was
pretty much
very
4 years
confusing.
for the show to come back, and it's basically half of it is shit you already knew,
It was
and the other half is here's some random scenes. I still have no idea what the fuck is going on, but
all right.
there's
All right.
statics in it.
All right. So John, it was very confusing. They took scenes from all the past Young Justice seasons, put them in here, acted like they were new, then spliced in some new stuff, but never made like a transition period or anything. And what was shown that was new was just god awful.
Yeah.
Well, I don't animation, whether they may be animated movies or TV series, have a tendency to pick poor trailers. I don't know why. So that doesn't surprise me, but
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, so that's all the
Titans.
DC stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Now let's talk about the giant fucking monsters.
Easily my favorite trailer of the year.
Had to go get I don't have asthma, but I almost needed an inhaler.
Here you go.
I almost needed an inhaler after watching that trailer. Godzilla was so beautiful. It just
And I was wondering why they were releasing such a large trailer this far ahead of when it releases, but I think Warner Brothers or Legendary are trying to position this movie as to be like one of the the biggest movie of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it easily could be.
It's
Very-
for the king of the damn monsters. It better be one of the biggest fucking movies of
But it's
2019.
weird because this jump because the first Godzilla did okay, but it didn't do great.
Yeah.
King Kong Skull Island also was okay. So, but this
This one is like, no, it's not just Godzilla. He bought his boys.
So this, I mean, it looks. The only thing that I have that I take issue with is I don't know if this is. We don't really know what the actual plot is. They hint at it. The woman gives exposition in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
The problem with that is I don't know if that is like legit the plot or the reasoning, or has she been kidnapped? Because her character gets kidnapped by terrorists. I know a little bit about what they're doing in the movie. I don't know if she's just giving her, she is saying their manifesto, or what. Because the idea that humanity is a plague on the planet, I think, is really dumb.
Stupid.
Yeah, not only is it dumb, but that's literally the plot of The Happening.
Yeah.
Where humans are a plague and the trees kill us.
Yeah.
So this is just
no. Here's the thing. Because you said that, this movie, no matter how fucking amazing it turns out, needs to evolve a scene where that girl is standing in a room and having a conversation with a fern. It needs to happen.
So I'm hoping that is not actually like people in the movies aren't actually in the actual movie itself don't actually believe that. That might just be like the terrorist's manifesto or something.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I had with it. Other than that, though,
Here's the thing. I
Okay.
would agree with you for that.
Yeah.
Except that's not why I watch a kaiju fight. Okay? I don't watch a kaiju movie for the plot. I watch a kaiju movie because Godzilla shows up and destroys shit.
No. You can't just toss out the plot of a movie.
You can't. You can't.
Second, I want the whole movie to be strong. I don't want to just sit here and be like, okay, this part of the movie was good, and then the rest of it's just like, whatever. I want the whole movie, including the plot, to be strong.
Because if I gotta sit through an hour and a half to wait for Godzilla to show up and fight something, I want the hour and a half to at least be entertaining.
It's gonna be an hour and a half. I think they learned.
No, there's gonna be fights throughout. They're gonna do better pacing, but even then though, I want the rest of the movie to also be good. I don't want a movie like I want. A good fan should advocate for the best of what they love and not settle.
Fine.
All Cody does is settle.
I'm not saying that Cody settles.
He just said fine. He settled on what you were saying.
Well, I mean, I don't really care, dude. Like, I'm not look. If the plot's good, fine. The plot's fucking good, okay? But I know that when I pay my ticket, this is what I'm fucking paying for. I know. Here's the thing. I've proven on this show before. I have no problem eating crow. Okay? I have no problem if something's good, or if I said, no, this is going to fucking suck, and it actually turned out really, really good, saying, hey, man, I was wrong. The shit was fucking great. Okay?
No, I know what you mean. Like, if this movie was coming out and they just said there are no monster fights in it, then none of us would go. I get that. But I do want the supporting shaft, the scaffold that's supporting the monster fights to be a good scaffolding.
That's fine. And here's the thing, if it's a great scaffolding, I will say this construction was
great. It's not scaffolding.
Construction of the settlement.
It's no longer scaffolding. It has to be shaft. John said shaft. It's got to be shaft from here on out. The movie has to have a good shaft.
But here's the thing. Every time you say that, I'm expecting Samuel L. Jackson to show up and be like, which one of you motherfuckers took down my motherfucking building? Oh, shit.
I mean, other than... Okay.
I have one other issue.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
With the Godzilla trailer. Bobby Millie Brown.
Yes.
It looks like they just took 11, pulled her out of Netflix, and just placed her in Godzilla. I didn't get anything that wasn't 11. Like, it all felt like 11.
Unfortunately, she's just getting typecast. That actress is Millie, because she's literally.
The thing is, until she probably grows up and can do more mature roles, I think for a while that's going to be her shtick, is her being typecast as characters like 11, which, okay. If you're going to do that, your writing needs to be fucking strong.
But also, it could be. That's also how she's portrayed in the trailer. The thing is, all we see in the trailer is her being rather aloof, kind of like 11.
Yeah.
And then breaking into, tears and crying.
Yeah.
I don't know if in the actual movie she may actually have a character that we're just not privy to yet.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case, but yeah, you're right. As we've seen her thus far in the trailer, she just looks like 11 again, which is okay. But she's actually the part that I'm looking least forward to is her. But the thing is, I think she's going to play a big part in it. My understanding is that, okay, this is a theory. I don't know if this is true or not. It wouldn't surprise me. I think she might actually be the character who communicates with the monsters, which is again
11.
11 exactly, because you see her touch Mothra's nose. I guess that's her larval form or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But other than that, I mean, what did you think?
She's the one that convinces Mothra, like, look, King Ghidorah or Ghidorah is being a dick. Godzilla needs some fucking help. Go tag team with his ass.
Well, my understanding is Mothra's always usually been on Godzilla's side because
Yeah.
she's portrayed as the monster of like of fertility and love and shit like that. Like she's not a very violent. So I don't know how she's
I'm
gonna
just
help.
so
him.
happy that on the big screen, however, even in fucking IMAX, we get to finally see Godzilla versus Ghidorah, and it's not some like puppet Claymore type shit. I mean, it's a big giant CG
Not
fuck
puppet, there's no
fest
guy-
of just Godzilla just choking the shit out of one of its heads.
But I'm curious. I mean, goodness, Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Rodan. I don't know. Rodan to me is the wild card because King Ghidorah is obviously the big bad guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what Rodan's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna side with some.
Rodan could team up, or it could be like I think it was Godzilla 19. There's like Godzilla 19, the 1964 Godzilla, where it took 3 dudes to take down Rodan. I think that's what they're kind of hinting this movie from. Is it took in the original when Ghidorah first showed up, it took Godzilla and 2 other monsters just to take him down, and then it was weird because it was kind of like they just kind of looked at each other and just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go this way and destroy some shit. I'm gonna go this way and destroy some shit. We cool? Yeah, we cool. All right, bye. They just kind of left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
I don't know. I think that's what this. I think that's what this one's kind of gonna be.
Okay.
Well, I'll ask you a question because I didn't think of it. And either of you guys a question. I didn't think of this until it was mentioned. I was watching another reaction video. Do you recall the scene of Washington D.C. destroyed, but I think Rodan flying overhead?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Capitol building. Do you think that's the flash or a dream sequence?
I mean, I think
was
so.
under. You don't or do?
I think it is
Okay.
because
Yeah. It's funny. I was so shocked about everything, how everything was so amazing in the rest of the trailer that I just took it at face value and was like, oh, it's totally going to happen. It could actually, I think it may actually be a dream sequence.
It might be. Personally, I'm hoping it's not.
Mhm.
But reason to believe that seeing enough film probably is. I don't want it to be like I want the impact of Rodan flying over, destroying the Capitol, be like, oh shit, yeah, he's an ally, is the enemy. The fuck, look what he just did, you know.
yeah.
I don't want him to be that wild card, but yeah, it might be a dream sequence.
But yeah. I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm really excited. I'm glad they didn't reveal too much of King Ghidorah, and then finally that badass shot at the end with Godzilla being escorted by the F-18s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, just cream your jeans.
yeah.
Here's my thing: as great as this trailer was, how do you think trailer 2 is going to be? Because you know there's going to be a second trailer.
Trailer 2, I think, is actually going to focus more on the
Plot.
plot. I think that's usually how these go. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if trailer 2 is probably going to be weaker than the first trailer. But see, here's the thing: I will be okay with whatever they do in the trailers as long as they don't A, show any of the fights, and
Yeah.
B, show King Ghidorah at all. I want to wait to see King Ghidorah until like you can still show him like
You know they can't do that. You know they can't do. I want that too, but we live in a society to where we get a 3-minute teaser for a trailer.
Okay, technically you did actually see him in this trailer. You saw his head in one shot. You can see his head roll like.
But you know they as much as we want them to tease King Ghidorah, they're not going to. That will probably be.
Disagree. I think because you can show off Rodan and Mothra and Godzilla. You have 3 monsters you can show off in a trailer. I don't think they need to show King Ghidorah. I think they can still keep him.
Yeah.
Well, I think they'll definitely get a bigger, fuller picture of Mothra because we only saw him covered in the waterfall. Like we only saw him release his wings in the waterfall.
There is a shot you can see in the trailer. The thing is, because Mothra, her bioluminescence is so bright or whatever, there's a shot you can see a giant bright ass thing in the sky. I think that's supposed to be Mothra.
Yeah, that's Mothra. We'll get a decent shot of Mothra, and we'll probably get a decent shot of Rodan, and then it'll be up in the air if they'll show Ghidorah.
I hope they don't. But yeah, as long as they don't show any of the fights, or maybe just a couple of clips, a short, very short. And then
when the third movie comes out, it's going to be Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. I'm already calling
well, actually, no. The movie after King of Monsters is Godzilla versus Kong, which I really don't care about. But I don't see how that movie could be anywhere as good as this coming King of Monsters.
No.
No, I'm talking like the third standalone Godzilla movie.
That is.
Yeah.
It is Godzilla and King Kong.
Okay. There is the first standalone Godzilla movie, There's Godzilla King of Monsters. There's the Kong standalone movie. There's Godzilla versus King Kong. Okay. Yeah. And then there will probably be a third standalone Godzilla movie. What I'm saying is.
Sorry, no, go ahead. Sorry, finish.
If that is the case of a third standalone Godzilla movie, I want, just as a joke, it would be funny if he fought Mecha Godzilla.
I don't know. Well, funny enough, though, it's only because King Ghidorah. So what I understand is that King Ghidorah in this movie is still his origin. If you didn't know in the original films and stuff, was that he's actually an alien, and understanding is they're keeping that for this next movie. I don't know. I think they're going to be very subtle about it. I don't think they're going to be like, "Oh my God, he's an alien," but that he is a. So I think a Mecha Godzilla could be possible. I don't know. That might be a little much. I don't know.
But it could be one of those that, like, okay, we unleashed this creature that we thought was helping up, but it turns out he's kind of a bigger pain in the ass than we thought.
I would not. I wouldn't do Jet Jaguar. I wouldn't do Mecha Godzilla. I would keep that. But the thing is, if you go on they released a website from Monarch, which is the monster organization in these shows, in these movies. If you go on their website, you can look up information on all these kaijus. But there's also a bunch of there are Monarch bases all around the world that monitor these dormant creatures. There are the ones that we see in this movie, and then there's a shit ton of other ones all over the world. So I think they're already planning ahead of like a whole bunch of other monsters to come up after this.
All right,
it's fine. And here's the thing, like, just because they're defeated doesn't mean they're going to kill them. I don't think they're going to kill Ghidorah. Ghidorah is such a popular kaiju. I don't see them killing him.
They have enough. I think they can. I'll just say this. Final thought. I think they're going to kill Ghidorah, but I could be wrong because they have all these other monsters. But regardless of whatever they do, whatever the last Godzilla movie in this series, whenever that comes out, 30 years from now, I don't know, whenever the hell it ends, I want the last one to be Godzilla versus Destroyer.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this Godzilla-verse version of Destroyer? That would be pretty dope. But that's my final thoughts.
Okay. Now, Call of Duty Zombies, the movie.
Oh, yeah, Overlord.
Yeah, the one, the movie that we thought was based off of an anime, then we figured, no, it's a Nazi zombie movie.
I don't even know. So in that initial, I don't remember if I put it when I messaged you guys over Discord. I don't remember if I said it was a zombie. Yeah, okay, with zombies and shit. Well, the thing I said is with zombies and shit because I don't even know if it's entirely zombies.
I don't know either. Like,
it's just a bunch of stuff.
It's shit.
It's J.J. Abrams.
Like
produced.
Well, actually, we haven't even seen this. Does anybody? What are your thoughts on the trailer? Did you like it? Dislike it? Are you going to see the movie?
It's a rental.
Yeah, same. I'm not seeing that in theaters.
No, I'll see fucking Godzilla in theaters, but I ain't seeing that shit.
I will see it in theaters.
Oh, who's gonna drive you? Because we not going.
No, I will see it in theaters, just fucking not week 1.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
Godzilla, I'll see week 1, okay?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll see it.
We will all go see that day 1.
Godzilla, I will see week 1. Overlord is something that once I've seen everything else, it just kind of, I want to go to the movies. Well, what's left?
It looks like it's just, there has been a slew of sci-fi, gory, Nazi movies for some reason.
They even had Pride and the Prejudice in Zombies.
Yeah. I heard that was actually good.
It was decent. Okay? I had to take a field trip to go.
Fucking zombie game.
Specific subgenre though of specifically Nazi zombie movies.
Yeah.
They're all bad.
Yeah.
But it seemed like this is all that again in live action. We don't know if it's really all zombies, but they're like, I don't know. It's just too much. Like, it's all gruesome and gory and.
Oh, need that.
And also, really, I don't know if they didn't say this in the trailer, but my understanding is that all of these test subjects that are these creatures are they captured Jews?
I don't know, but that's what I got from it.
If that's what it is, this is really like
fucked up.
Yeah, because when you see Nazis experimenting, the first thing you think is, well, they did that in World War II, and they did it with concentration camp people. So
yeah, moving on.
Okay, yeah, nobody wants to see it here.
No, except for Cody.
Yeah. Well,
It was a joke. Let's move on.
Here's the thing, dude. If it turns out bad, I have no problem saying, yeah, no, fuck this movie. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
I have no problem saying fuck this movie. That's my final thoughts, okay?
All right. Next one. The last one. Last one. Oh, what's the name of it? It's big.
Battle Angel Alita.
It's
Okay.
Alita Battle Angel in
It-
this new.
Okay, I got two things to say.
Okay, go ahead.
I liked the trailer
Uh-huh.
because it was interesting. It was different. It stood out.
Hmm.
But it, like, the CGI in it reminded me a lot of Ready Player One CGI. And like, it was almost like it was pulled from each other.
Well, I can forgive it because it's based off of an anime.
Of
course.
course.
Figures. I'm not that forgiving.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I gotta say.
I didn't say it was good. I can just say I can forgive it.
Forgive means good.
No, it doesn't. It means that, yeah, I'm not gonna dog shit it right away.
All right.
Okay.
I'll say that. I'll say a couple things. First, I will be surprised if this movie is financially successful. I don't think it will be.
I don't know.
That's the sad thing. It's not going
Second, the
to be. I want it to be.
The CGI for me, it looks fine. Like you said, Ready Player One, that's fine CGI. I expect movies nowadays. I expect a lot more, because I mean, there was a time earlier on in movies when CGI was younger that directors and producers, they had to try really, really hard to make it look good because of how hard it was to make it look good. Nowadays, I feel like movies are kind of lazy with it and they just do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
I don't think they're lazy in this movie, but it's just not good enough in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's too jarring.
Yeah, when you look at her, it's just like it takes you out of it.
But even the other characters, where you have like a human face pasted on a giant metal thing.
You right.
And it's just, it just doesn't look good for me. It's not jarring. The suspension of disbelief just isn't there. And it's not the fact that it looks like I can tell it's CGI, because you can always tell if it's CGI. If it's not something that could happen in real life, chances are it's CGI. Of course you can tell, but it's not believable for me. My suspension of disbelief just isn't there.
Yeah.
And that's for everything, including Alita's faith. And to the point where I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, there are so much CGI stuff going on right now, and you have characters like Alita who doesn't look human. She looks like a Disney character.
Yeah.
From a CG movie. To the point where I'm like, I don't understand why they didn't just make this movie all CGI.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing. Then I think it would have been better. But I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I honestly don't. It's just weird.
It's just there.
It just is. And I feel like there's a lot of people, I think, who will see this trailer and feel the same way, which is why I don't think it's going to be financially successful. And what bothers me most about this is just a continuing trend of people trying to make anime movies, but picking the weirdest, highest concept shit they can find to try to make it, because they think that's all anime is, and then it doesn't. Like goes to the shell, and then it's not going to succeed.
Hey man, I you know what? I agree with you on that one, but I can't say that picking the mainstream shit is any more profitable. And I'm looking at there's something that's a Netflix, but if you look at some of the shit that Netflix has picked up of the more popular stuff, it's just been fucking trash.
But that's because. Okay, I'm sorry. Japan cannot make good live-action anime movies, which is weird because they make the anime. But their movies are bad, not because they're adapting material. They're just bad movies, in my opinion. I'm sorry. No,
I get that.
An American.
No, I get it, man. I can't think of one good live-action Japan anime movie.
Okay, this is what I think. Certain things, like if you made an American Hollywood, and you had, I'm assuming the people making it are competent. A good Full Metal Alchemist movie, a good
people. But here's the problem. Here's a double-edged standard with that. Anime fans would freak the fuck out because it's Americanized and not following the original source material.
No, I disagree because Full Metal Alchemist takes place in an alternate version of Europe during the early 1900s. The best people to make that adaptation are Europeans, Americans. Okay, so that would be it. Cowboy Bebop, I think, would be wonderful.
Cowboy Bebop would be fucking amazing. And there has been rumors since fucking Keanu Reeves in 2004 talked about wanting to do a live action fucking Cowboy Bebop.
I think they're still doing. If they ever move forward, and again, it's competent and it's faithful associate, I think that'd be great. And then finally, something like My Hero Academia, but in the sense of like, kind of in the vein of Harry Potter and the way that was done, but the same thing, but instead, because that's basically what My Hero is. It's like Harry Potter, but with superheroes instead of wizards.
Yeah.
You could freaking do you could basically do Outlaw Star, which is basically the Firefly show that was on Fox. You could do that as a movie, you know?
Okay, yeah. So My Hero, or also I think you could do One Punch Man with the hero saturation nowadays.
Dude, here's the thing: any fucking superhero, like almost any superhero show, like you could do Tiger and Bunny, which is pretty much just openly admits that yes, it's a superhero world. There's product placement everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, I have no feelings really on Alita. It's just it is. Okay.
It is. And this is a video. I forgot to mention that. We actually have recorded a video.
Yeah, I mean, they can figure it when they open it up and it's not.
No, it's not a stream. Or the fact that there's not a comment, there's not a
chat box,
chat room next to us telling about how bad we suck.
It's all good.
Now it's under us.
Yeah, they could tell us in the comments what you think.
Now they can like and dislike it, you know.
Yeah, if you don't like it, dislike it. If you do like it, like it. Let us know in the comments below.
No, in your commenters if they want to see more of these.
Yeah, because
we've done them in a while.
Yeah, we haven't done them. There's starting to be a lot more to talk about. So if you want to see more, let us know. I mean, you can talk to us in the Discord about it if you have any more questions. We have a playlist of all the old ones. If you want a little bit more of a understanding of what this is, instead of
I come with a caution.
It's cringe.
Because
it's cringe.
It is not our best work.
No.
Don't not even classify it as work.
I feel like our first year on YouTube didn't happen.
I can only imagine my awkwardness in the first one that I was on. We were talking about No Man's Sky.
Oh, the No Man's Sky one has more production value than any of them we ever did after that. Like, we had notes. We had the notes come across the screen.
You failed. This was the return of nights. You could have come with your little sheet of notes and your proper sitting and, okay, guys, so what are we going to talk about today? Okay, No Man's Sky. Just going to sit here until...
I put on a collared shirt, okay?
He did.
You're 10%.
Cody, you're the one who didn't show up, right? You're not in uniform. Me and John both got collared shirt and glasses. Like...
I think I was wearing a t-shirt that day.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And like always, I will see you in the next one. Later.